Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with the next video of my Farewell Mega series, where we are featuring all the Megas, much like we did several years ago, except that was Enter. Now we're saying goodbye. Now this time we're going to be featuring Mega Gyarados. Now Mega Gyarados is very dear Mega to my heart, because the main reason I remember it is because of my road to top 10 in XY, my first road to top 10 that I recorded for the channel. It wasn't my first time, road to rank 1. It wasn't my first time hitting rank 1, but it was my first time recording it. And the team, look how broken this team was. I had Landers, which is banned, Aegislash, which is banned, Thunders, which is banned in Gen 5, obviously this is early Gen 6, and then, you know, I got a bunch of threats right here. So I just remember Gyarados putting in a ton of work in that series. So I love Mega Gyarados. It's not like my top 5 favorite Mega, but I very much do love it. I think that it's a little bit harder these days to get a sweep of Mega, and I actually lean more towards regular Gyarados just because of Z being so popular and being so good in my opinion. But still, I have some love for Mega Gyarados. Definitely can be a threat if you can manage to break through Pokemon like Ferrothorn. Now we have this team from Next Gen Brandon, and it actually has some old school favorites with Choice Scarf Latios, so we could drop a Draco. We have Choice Band Dragonite as well. So as I mentioned, some old school favorites right here. Then we have Spikes Ferrothorn, Rocks Lando, Sub Dragonance Gara, and then Z Tapu Koko. So I like the team. It looks really fun. Speaking of drop a Draco, today is the final day to pick up socks. Everything else is done. Everything else finished tomorrow. I mean, I've announced it enough, but today, if you want to pick up socks, they're only available until I think 11 p.m. Maybe they'll give you like a 30-minute grace period. But if you want to pick them up, down below. Thank everybody for all the support on that. And yeah, let's use Mega Gyarados at least one last time before it's gone in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, I've also been like weird about that, because they confirm that, you know, Megas will not be in the main game, but does that mean like after you get them, or does that mean they're just not there at all? They did confirm that Dynamax will be replacing Megas, but I mean, technically Z-moves replaced Megas in Gen 7, but Megas were still around, so I'm not sure how that necessarily works. I'm assuming though they're just gone, which is why we're doing this series, right? But yeah, we're playing some OU, and what is my dude's name? And wow. Alright, so this is a great Mega Gyarados weak team. Where's my rank? I'm 1636. I mean, we got up a little bit, but I'm still not that high up on the ladder. Ferrothorn under rain is incredibly hard to beat. Thunders, if its agility, is also really hard. Love the fact that my opponent has a Mega Gardevoir. Now, how do I win this game? Scarf Latios is fantastic, besides Mega Gardevoir. I think Extreme Speed is really good too. It's going to chip away at this, deal with you, and help me deal with Swampert, which is a giant threat. If I can break through his Ferrothorn, though, I can see my Mega Gyarados winning if I set up on his Golduck, provided I do not get Scald Burn. So in terms of good leads, I think that Tapu Koko is fantastic. It threatens out Pelipper, the Rain, and Mega Gardevoir, and it can U-turn on Swampert, HP Ice Thundurus, and taunt Ferrothorn. So I very much like Tapu Koko. Now obviously this is a problem for me to deal with. He could have Sludge Wave immediately. Could also be U-turn of its own. I think I'm just going to U-turn out as he goes Ferrothorn. Now I'm debating. I don't think if I go Gyarados here, if I go Dragonite here, I'm screaming Fire move, right? I can't do that. I'm gonna make the Landorus play. Like, he's not gonna stay in, and it looks like he's Choppa Berry potentially. I'm just gonna get up as many hazards as possible right here. Obviously my opponent could bring out Pelipper on me. We could just U-turn. That chip is going to be really good. In fact, after a layer of Spike, I believe he goes down. This is Fearing knockoff, but with Spikes up, I can win with Extreme Speed. Perfect. I'm actually going to... Okay, I Gyro Ball just in case he went Thundurus, because I wanted more chip on him, but this works on Ferrothorn too. Now, I don't know if he's Ayapapa or what he is, but we're going to Spike here as he brings out Pelipper. And this is interesting too, because, well, it would have been nice to get up that Spike, but like, what do you switch into this beast now? Like, where do you go? I don't see a reason to not click my Leech Seed here, unless I get confused. I actually managed to break through, which is amazing too. So now Pelipper's in range. I'm assuming you end up going out into Thundurus here. Is Gyro Ball better for damage? Because I'm not worried about Gardevoir. I guess being paralyzed means that Swampert can beat me. I'll just Gyro Ball again. Yeah, it's gonna be really good for potentially getting damage off on Thundurus. I actually get a crit, which is fantastic as well. And He'd Focus Blast, he'd all-out pummeling. HP Ice doesn't kill Latios. Latios is faster. Maybe an all-out pummeling coming out here. Does go for HP Ice, very solid play. That did 0, though. I don't know why that did 0. But we're just going to go for the Scarf Psy Shock and knock my opponent out. As they go Swampert. Fantastic, giving me damage on Pert. Now, if this is Adamant Pert, I'm faster. However, I think that this is like what I need to win, right? Gyarados should die. Gyarados should be able to kill everything, so I don't mind him subbing. I don't even know if he kills me with... First off, he dies to Extreme Speed now. I don't know why my opponent made that play. I don't want him to kill... U-turn should not kill. U-turn should not do 26%. I'm going to U-turn here. Yeah, nice. So we can get in Gyarados, and I'm going to Mega Evolve immediately. The main reason is I don't want Gardevoir to trace my Intimidate and then be a problem versus me. So we're going to Mega Evolve immediately as Pelipper comes out, and I don't think Swampert can kill... Swampert dies to rocks. Like, is that 5%? Swampert dies. I think we just win. So we get a Mega Gyarados sweep unless it's like all-out pummeling Golduck. So we literally get a Mega Gyarados sweep in the first game, which is amazing. Unless this is all-out pummeling Golduck. Oh my gosh, is it? Yo, why? Why were you all-out pummeling on your Golduck? Are you serious right now? Siri, no. Nobody's talking to you. Shut up. Okay, I mean, it's not terrible. I literally go Ferrothorn, and I get some chip on him with Gyro Ball to then knock him out with Extreme Speed. Like, that's better than me going for anything else, but why was it all-out pummeling? I just got a Gyarados sweep. Focus Blast is not going to knock me out. I'm going for Gyro Ball over Power Whip because, first off, I'm paralyzed, so I'm probably not going to move this turn anyway. And secondly, Power Whip can miss. I don't know if y'all saw the BL Knights, but this is way better in terms of like what to win with. And with Rain being gone, Swampert dead, and the fact that my opponent no longer has Thundurus, my Coco wins the game too. So it's just better to make this play. I can just spike stack versus this guy too. I mean, spiking also means that this might be Iapapa, which will make it a little bit harder, but I do have Scarf HP Fire as well. That really does suck that he was the one... I don't know what he's doing, but that really does suck that he was the one set that actually beat my Gyarados. That's very sad. That is very sad. Make the Landers play as a sack. I think I should be able to Z him with Coco and then actually Extreme Speed through his team. I think that's better. So I'm gonna go Coco and Z. I'm gonna go Coco and Z. I also don't think he can touch my Coco. This should kill Ferrothorn if I'm not mistaken, because this is a physical variant and they're always special defensive. Yes. So I win the game with Wild Charge. Unfortunately, it's not the way I wanted to win. He can't even double into Thundurus because of rocks being up. So it's not the way I wanted to win. I wanted to win the game with Gyarados, but unfortunately my opponent had an all-out pummeling. I mean, cool prep. I really thought Thundurus would be Z, but maybe it was... I don't know what it was. But it was weak. That's what it was. I feel like it was missing EVs. But I really wanted Gyarados to sweep there. It had potential. It definitely had potential. I could have went for Substitute on Swampert instead. And then just Crunch. In terms of this game, not the best Gyarados matchup. Double Grass plus Scizor, Mega Scizor, and Zapdos. So he has a lot of checks for Gyarados. No resist to my Tapu Koko, though. In fact, that's amazing versus his team. Scarf Latios and Dragonite will help me deal with Superior. Dragonite's Outrage would be pretty cool. We're going to go the Coco route. Oh, awesome. So, I'm a little bit worried about this Zapdos. I want to taunt turn 1, and then I want to calc if Z Wild Charge knocks you out. Because if I get rid of this, I'm potentially one step towards Gyarados. I just got to weaken Bulu then. And Scizor. And Dragonite. I'm not one step towards anything, man. But this Pokemon's really tough for me to switch into. I should have had this prepared before, so my bad. Did you guys see the damage calc the other day? It wasn't the other day, but it was like last week where... Well, I know I got it. I know Gator got it. And I think Elliot got it as well. But like how the damage calc was all over the place in terms of... In terms of... that damage is worth it. I'll taunt first, just because he could Volt Switch. Anyways, please do not. That looks a little bit more offensive than usual, so we're going to go for the Gigavolt Havoc. That did 60%. That's way offensive. This is going to die. Yeah, okay, great. So getting rid of Zapdos is nice. I don't have to worry about static, but mainly nice because... Are you Scarf? I mean, even if you are, my Coco has no purpose in this game anymore. Perfect. He wouldn't glare. I think he'd go for something like Leaf Storm here, obviously, so I can bring out my Latios and just revenge kill him. It is going to open up that door for Scizor, but I have Dragonite to help check that. So we're just going to drop a Draco here. Hey! Nice Draco in this gen, no, as he did not go Bulu. And I feel like I can afford to go Lando. Yeah, because Gyarados might actually be better than going Lando. I like the double pit. I can infinitely intimidate him, assuming he's physical, of course. I can infinitely intimidate him by going back and forth between these bad boys. So, hey, shout out to Gyarados. Hey, go ahead and go -1 now. Drop your Z. What you better, unless he's like a colorful Dragonite in turn, like, and by that I mean like Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. We're good. Go ahead and go for Dragon Claw and do absolutely nothing. Let me get another Intimidate up. This is why I love also like pivots like this. I love Mawile plus Landorus as a core. As he goes Bulu. Ooh, he switched before me, but that just means that we already know about Dragonite. Click Rocks here just to weaken Dragonite. I don't like switching very well to Bulu, if I'm being real. I actually get pretty destroyed by it. So if it's like SD, I'm willing to let him superpower my Ferrothorn. He Stone Edges there. That leads me to believe he's maybe AV. Yep, looks like he's AV. I was willing to let him superpower. If he Swords Dance, +2 superpower does not kill Ferrothorn and I KO him back. I was willing to let that happen because I didn't want to go Dragonite and let it get weakened, since that's my check to SD Scizor, which it looked like he would have been. But, alright, I mean, Gyarados in that regard, all he did was stay unmegged, but the Intimidate was obviously crucial. Hey! Have fun, dude. Again. What did I lead last game? I want to weaken, I want to say I go Lottie lead this time, because he let Thundurus last time. I ended up going Lottie anyway. I'm going to go Lottie lead in general here, and I think I'm going to go for... Like, I don't want to drop a Draco on this. And I feel like he'd easily got into Gardevoir. I just don't want to be in a bad position immediately, but, like, he should fear Thunderbolt, he should, or at least Draco. I think he should anyway. You know what? I think it's fine to drop a Draco as he goes Ferrothorn, yeah. That's fine. I get some unrecoverable chip on that, and I get to bring out my Pharaoh. Even with Rocks up, obviously Thundurus is a threat, but my Spike also, I'm sweeping the same way. Like, I don't have to switch up my game plan, right? I shouldn't have to anyway. We go Latios one more time. That Spike is going to be really nice for Pharaoh as he goes for HP Ice. Very solid play. Just going to drop a Draco one more time again. He keeps going Ferrothorn, so he is letting me chip it away one more time for the... he's letting me chip at it for Thundi and whatnot. He's going to double, but I do think trying to get up Rocks here is worth it. As he goes Thundurus, yeah. I don't like reacting. I don't... But I need to get up Rocks because I need to wear down this Thundurus and I need to wear down a few of his members. I'm willing to trade my Coco here just to get the chip for Bandit Extreme Speed. Thunder destroys me, my god. I was willing to trade it just for that. If I go for HP Fire, he gets to bring out Thundi. I'll make the Lando play on his Ferrothorn that he should go out into, I think. And I'm going to try and get up my Rock Skin. Gardevoir is fine too, as I beat it with Psyshock into Extreme Speed. And he ends up going Pelipper anyway. So knowing he can't knock me out and fearing, obviously, the Earthquake there. So, nice. This should be a pretty safe U-turn out into to Ferrothorn. Obviously, he could burn me, but... Or he does that. That's fine too. I'm getting up my Spike one more time. Nice. And we'll get up Rocks again too. So... Either way, this is good. Obviously, I want to try and set up on this thing because I actually don't know his set. So he may go for Leech Seed here as opposed to going Pelipper. But all he's doing is giving my Landorus 100%, which means I can always take on Swampert. And he's wasting his rain turns at the same time. So I like Rocks up. Gardevoir should die to Extreme Speed at the range it's at. What are we doing here, sir? I still want Rocks for Swampert too. Like, you're not getting recovery, I am. Also, I beat him in terms of defog, so I don't care if it takes a million turns for me to get 2% off. Go Thunderous now. Yeah, I'm about to say, this boy's getting fed up. He could HP Ice here. He would probably Focus Blast though, if anything. I have that in range. I have you in range. I have you in range of Gyarados, I want to say. Just Gyro Ball. Allow him to Focus Blast me. First off, that has to connect. Secondly, well, I mean, allow him to Focus Blast that turn. It wouldn't have killed, but... So Ferrothorn still literally beats his team. I'm just thinking about how I revenge kill. I think I sack Latios and then Extreme Speed with Dragonite. And this is only, like, this is my best play. This is my best play all around, because even if that didn't work out, I could obviously, like, if he missed, for instance, I could still knock him out. So at this point, he doesn't really switch into this attack. Oh, and he goes Swampert too, so I get the chip on that thing for later as well. Amazing. And I can just go out to Lando here on the obvious Ice Punches. He ends up going out into Ferrothorn. Don't know what this is, if this is going to kill. Yeah, nice. So we got rid of Ferrothorn there. My opponent ends up going Thunderous. I'll HP Ice you because I don't think HP Ice killed me, but even if it did, it's fine. I could have gotten in Dragonite Extreme Speeded. Golduck ends up coming back out, probably to go for Hydro Pump or Ice Beam. I literally win the game with Extreme Speed, so it's better to just go for U-turn here, as I mentioned. I can bring out Gyarados now and just Dragon Dance up. All Out Pummeling will not be able to knock me out. IDD, I'll be able to knock him out. I can Dragon Dance in front of Pelipper as well, twice, and potentially win the game. So we're going to DD again. If that's modest and not timid, I mean, I'm faster now than Mega Swampert, I'm faster than everything. I'm just going to click Crunch too, because like I said, Extreme Speed wins the game at this point. And I obviously get more bulk. Could have Dragon Dance again there, but I didn't want to risk confusion. I'll think about subbing, but I didn't gain anything from it. I guess it wasted a rain turn, an extra rain turn. Now let's see if my opponent's timid instead of modest. They are not, so we get a Mega Gyarados sweep. Beautiful. Hey! I feel like my opponent kept giving me damage on Swampert for no reason. Obviously, my Thunderous, like, my Thunderous response was not very solid on this team. My entire team is weak to its stabs, and the one member that's not is 2-hit KO by Thunder anyway and can't do more than 40% back to it. So that's why I was so adamant about like keeping up rocks and basically getting that Gyro Ball damage off on it too. So this is Wish Killers, like Fat SD, Spike Scarm, things like that. Mono lose to Tapu Koko as a lead. Like actually. But if I know anything about Wish Killers team, it's the fact that while hazards are good versus me, hey, have fun. While hazards are good versus me, I know that his team is weaker to hazards than I am. But I also know that my team is super weak to Bisharp. But luckily I'm sub Gyarados, so that should help out. We do go Koko because Koko has a great matchup versus 5 out of 6 of my opponent's team, considering I am a physical variant with Z Wild Charge. I could see Gyarados winning late game potentially. Lead T-Ran. I'm just going to click Z Wild Charge, Giga Havoc immediately. If I can prevent this thing from potentially setting up anything, or even like my main switch into those are 2 Pokemon that hate being burned, Dragonite and Gyarados. So it's just fantastic being able to deal with that. Venusaur comes out. Just going to U-turn here and just start getting up hazards. Obviously, my opponent can HP Fire. I don't think HP Fire 2-hit KOs Ferrothorn, though. They Sludge Bomb or Giga Drain or whatever. I'm good. Yep. So, as I mentioned, hazards are a lot better versus him than they are against, I want to say. Actually, I'll make the Latios play. Good play on my opponent's part, going for Sludge Bomb. Now, Bisharp is a huge threat. It is a huge threat. I'm going to Temptate. I'm just going to drop a Draco because it hits everything. Yeah, it hits everything instead of me trying to predict here. It doesn't hit everything because it doesn't hit the Bisharp. A little bit unfortunate, but because I am Z Tapu Koko, Iron Head doesn't do much, and Knockoff I don't care about either. I literally click Wild Charge here as well. If he goes Venusaur, what I'll do is I'll taunt him after, Like, Coco is good as a response to this, and it's good in general versus his team. But a little bit of damage on Keldeo, a little bit of damage on... Like, Gyarados is still my backup check to Bisharp. Ideally, he just sacks it, that way I can click to Side Shock. Yes, Skarmory is stopping that, but I'm less worried about Skarmory and more worried about Bisharp. Because my response is either Dragonite, at multi-scale, substitute Gyarados, which can be outplayed, potentially, and obviously this Tapu Koko, which does a ton of work. But like I mentioned, hazards are a lot better versus this team than they are for the most part. That's why, even though this is one of the most consistent teams of all time, mainly because Wish Killer used it in 3 generations, nothing but this, it's still super weak to hazard because it does not have hazard control. It relies on hazards to do anything. Alright, so we're going to taunt this. If he Sludge Bombs, fantastic play, but I think he'd Synthesis, exactly. And I basically, now I have Venusaur in range of my Crunch. So that's fantastic. Obviously, Sludge Bomb makes sense here if he wants to make that play. I'm still going to go Latios. I think Latios is just the best offensive play. He goes for Giga Drain. Latios is still the best play I can make, I feel. And I'll just drop a Draco one more time. As he goes Chansey. Perfect. So this is good because this gives me the opportunity to potentially Rocks on my opponent. And Landorus also becomes a threat with Spike Up. Like, he does not switch into Landorus. So with Spike Up, Venusaur dies to Earthquake. Obviously, Bisharp. Keldeo is still super threatening. Don't get me wrong. Keldeo is still super threatening. But a bit less so. And my opponent seems to have switched to Keldeo on his team. So that makes it even better because now it's being worn down for Gyarados. HP whatevers. Sorry, I'm a little bit stuck here. I'm trying to think what type of hidden power that was. Grass, maybe? Still going to drop a Draco because it hits everything. And again, not allowing Venusaur in is fantastic for me. And what I should be able to do is just go Ferrothorn here. And I'm just going to Gyro Ball. If he goes Venusaur, I think I'll kill it. If he goes Skarmory, I'll get up spikes on it. So I think I'll kill Venusaur if he goes Venusaur, considering I have hazards up. And it also doesn't allow Keldeo back in. Like, I'm thinking, like, he doesn't want me to Leech Seed, right? I'm fine with him going Skarm, bro. Speed. Hey, let me get up my hazards versus you. That way you cannot switch it on me ever. Right, so... Do I Leech Seed here or do I Gyro Ball? I'm just going to say I Gyro Ball just in case he went out into Venusaur. Obviously, hazards up means he breaks my multi-scale and stuff, and he gets in my Gyarados, but... That shouldn't matter too much. I think I just Dragon Dance in regular form. Unless he's Toxic, which I don't believe it was. Yeah, because the fact that no rocks are up because Heatran's gone means that Gyarados is always a threat. So I'm just going to Dragon Dance again. I think it was HP Electric, actually, now that I look about it. As he gets in my Dragonite. Like, he's getting in Pokemon that don't care because there are no rocks up. This is what I'm talking about. And, like, even this is amazing because this is going to kill... This is going to kill Bisharp. It's going to do a lot to Chansey. And now, Skarmory being at the percentage it is... it loses to Gyarados at +1. So my Gyarados should win this game. This still kills Venusaur as well. As I mentioned, I played this team for I've played this team since X and Y. Alright? Was it X and Y or was it maybe Oras? But I've played this team so many times. It's beaten me a few, but I definitely think I've beaten it a lot more than it's beaten me. Anyway, with Skarmory at that range, he loses when I go for DD. If he goes Keldeo, he takes the one hit I need on Keldeo to knock it out with Earth. Actually, it dies to +1 Earthquake anyway. I just realized he wasn't leftovers. And he's at 88%. I have all my layers up. So this should be a wrap right here. And if this ain't a wrap, I mean, Coco wins with Wild Charge too. So, like, I don't see myself losing. Again, it's usually Brock's Heat Rain on this build. With like Aromatherapy Chansey. I could be wrong though. Maybe you copied it wrong. But I feel like you would have definitely went for Rocks with your... you would have definitely went for Rocks with your Mon had it not been. Now, if he goes Keldeo, I believe I just stay in and click Fire Punch again because what it does is two things. It will break a sub if Keldeo does actually end up having a sub, and it breaks Bisharp if he ends up doubling, expecting my Latios or I guess my Ferrothorn or even Gyarados. I don't know. He loses right now. He basically loses. Yeah. Goes Chansey. Don't really care about that. Just gonna go Ferrothorn here and click Gyro Ball. I don't allow in Venusaur. If he wants to do that to me, he's taking damage anyway. And then I get to click Outrage with my Choice Band Dragonite. So it's the same situation. Like, oh yeah, I end up missing on Bisharp, which is a little bit annoying. Just a little bit. Alright, cool, I hit here. So Gyarados will sub and still be able to beat it. So I'm not worried about Bisharp. The fact that I have Leech Seed on him means that my Gyarados should be able to beat it anyway. Go ahead and knock me out with Knockoff. I also have Banded Extreme Speed, so even if he outplays me, here, I should win. So we go for sub. Like I said, even if he outplays me, I'm good. Fairly confident I still win. Extreme Speed just sweeps, so. And Latios' Psyshock sweeps if this thing's dead. Just gonna Mega Evolve and go for sub. As he brings out Venusaur, which should lose him the game here too. Because sub Gyarados will be able to knock that out. Keldeo comes out. Maybe it's Scarf now, I'm not sure, but he loses to everything, so. If it's Scarf, I'd rather just get off damage on him. Let him KO me here. I don't think it's Scarf. Yeah, let him KO me. I go Dragonite. I mean, I go Landorus just to check if he's Scarf. Actually, yeah. Landorus just to check. Latios. Bandit Outrage and Taunt is going to be able to win, so. Always go this. And it looks like he made it choiced. Actually, that's not specs. That's doing a little bit too little. So we can go out to Tapu Koko now. Tapu Koko basically gets to taunt Chansey and stop it from recovering, and then Extreme Speed wins the game. If he goes Bisharp, it doesn't knock me out with Sucker Punch. Anyway, because my Tapu Koko does resist. And yeah, that should be it. He goes Bisharp, which lives on 1, but I'll be able to kill it with this. Nice. And then Chansey comes out, and all I gotta do is click Taunt, and we're good. Click Taunt, that way he can't softball, then Dragonite wins the game with Outrage anyway. Not bad. So as I mentioned, like, hazards were good game. Hey, we got to click Draco a few times in this. We got to click Outrage a few times. It's really nice to just be able to lock in, but my thoughts on Mega Gyarados, because I want to be able to do a few more things, but I guess I can find one more game. But my initial thoughts, I think it's a lot harder to get a sweep. Oh, I think we lost too. Actually, no, we have Koko, which doesn't care about Stun Spore and everything. So, Koko's a fantastic lead because it beats the Sash for Bombi. Though my Defog is good here too. It beats Sash for Bombi. If it forces it to not go for. This is tough. I think I lose this game. I think Scarf Latios is going to be key, but. I get in Lando here. I'm gonna click rocks. Like regardless, Lando, let him rock to him, man. You're not gonna be able to beat me down with this. Click my rocks again, bro. I'm clicking my rocks again. I want to make sure rocks are up for that mod. Basically, Rapid Spin does not do enough to me to actually kill me. So Rapid Spin never does enough to me to actually kill me. Yes, he's weakening my Landorus, which I guess is important for Mimikyu. But Koko and Gyarados can soft check Mimikyu as well. Like, I literally just do this back and forth. As long as he doesn't kill me, I'm good. Just click rocks in between. If he ever goes Charizard and Mega Evolves, I just U-turn that turn into Latios and drop a Draco. So he's not going to 1v1 me. HP Ice on a crit cannot kill Excadrill, and now I just basically spam rocks. Actually, does this beat me 1v1 because of the spin? Okay. I didn't realize it. It was a... It's fine because I can get a spike here, and then at least... Okay, so I get up rocks, and then I go Ferrothorn and spin block. This is what I want. I want him at that 1%. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Ferrothorn's HP doesn't really matter too much. Though I do have to worry about Como. He obviously cannot spin block now, and I can get up Spike. Go ahead. And my Tapu Koko just comes in and kind of kills everything, so get up as many hazards as possible. Cool. I'm fine with that, because, I mean, I have hazards up. Like, why would I not? I have hazards up, and I have a Tapu Koko in with full hazards. I think I'm good. I have all my layers up and a Tapu Koko in. So it's looking alright. I don't know why Rabambi came out. I'm going to kill it. Beautiful. So no webs. He has one more Draco resist though. If he goes Mimikyu, I U-turn. If he goes Como, I believe I Z. If he goes Superior, I believe I Z. I think I just Z everything. This is gonna die. Like, even if he Mega Evolved, this would still die on the terrain, yeah. So we get rid of Charizard. I have Taunt, so again, I can't be last Monned by anything, I think. And he goes Mimikyu first, which is amazing. So not only do I get off the chip here with the U-turn to break the disguise, I can get in Big Lando and U-turn again. Just Wild Charge here. And I taunt Serp. I taunt Como for sure. Actually, I just Wild Charge here. That way he doesn't get the boost. Yeah, I Wild Charge that way. I die to recoil. He doesn't get the boost. Then I go Latios and Psyshock spam. I guess the crit meant I didn't have to Draco. But Gyarados wasn't able to come out. I think it would have been a nice soft check, though, to extra Joe. I could have probably set up on it. Mimikyu and all that. But we were able to win the game anyway. Alright, this was fun. There were a few games where Gyarados was good, whether it be obviously not Mega Evolving and showing off Intimidate, or just in general. I don't think I did this. This is not how I expected this game to go. But the HP Ice allowed me to get up all my hazards. My opponent was super stubborn. Super stubborn in terms of staying with Drill and not allowing rocks. And it ended up allowing every single hazard in the game to the point where my opponent couldn't do crap. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Mega Gyarados. I want to give a nice, fun farewell. Love this mon so much. Did some work in a few games. Other games a little bit less. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.